But there is a YouTube creator who is actually a developer as well in the video game space, who put together about 1 minute and 55 seconds of exactly what is happening and articulated it wonderfully. So let's start with this video here, as this guy just destroyed Ubisoft in the best and most professional manner. And then we'll get to the second half of this story. So here's what he said.
It has been revealed recently that for game development, Ubisoft hired diversity activists as consultants with a focus on challenging moral standards. Ubisoft is offering mentorship programs while excluding individuals based on their gender. I ask you, what is fun about challenging moral standards? How does that translate into a good gaming experience? Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft has launched as an abject, catastrophic failure. Even the most basic mechanical aspects of the product are incompetently implemented. One might wonder how a company with millions of dollars of funding can produce something lacking in even the most basic level of competence. We are no longer living in an era where multi-million-dollar companies hold all the power. The everyday gamer now has the power to rise up against tyrants and incompetence. Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Shadows will fail on launch. The entirety of the gaming industry has indicated that there is absolutely no confidence in Ubisoft to produce a competent product. So let's see what we can learn from Ubisoft's failures. Instead of hiring game developers, artists, and writers who have natural talent and skill that has been refined and cultivated from years of hard work, companies are funding and hiring based on skin color and sexual identity and politics. These are the people who made Star Wars Outlaws. These are the people who made Assassin's Creed Shadows. Companies do not make video games. Money does not make video games. People make video games. Awful people make awful video games, and awful video games will not earn your company meaningful revenue.
Bravo. Bravo. Craig, you're muted.
Listen, I'm just talking to myself, Mally. I don't know who this guy is. I've seen him passed around a few times, like his channel and such, but he nails it. Nails it in the best way, right? And I think he's very calm. He's collected. He's very measured in his approach. Obviously, professionalism in his approach, his setup, his look. He's not yelling. He's not screaming. He's just telling you what's happening, why these things are failing, right?
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. He nailed it.
Nailed it. If 1 minute and 55 seconds of a masterclass of exactly what's going on here. So naturally, that pissed people off. And we are at a situation now where this gentleman, he has a studio called Sungrand Studios over on X. He's like I said, he's like an indie dev. He makes games for mobile and PC and Nintendo consoles, and he makes very niche games. And it's a passion for him, right? But he's in the space. He's developed, and he's the CEO of his own company. Well, let's fast forward a little bit to just recently. Apparently, this guy's a pretty good dude as well. He goes to a hospital that is built around combating cancer, right? And he goes and he plays an instrument for people, and he just builds them up. He's not paid to do this. He volunteers to do this. He goes out and plays his instrument to brighten up the mood in the hospital. I mean, you're dealing with people who are they're looking at the finish line, right? And music is a great unifier. It brings people together. It lifts people's spirits. And this guy volunteers to do this. Well, not anymore, because he was kicked out of volunteering at the cancer hospital because of his views, because he came out and he said these type of things. The idea that why video games are failing because of the woke audience along the way. And this is the response. You can't even volunteer in this situation like this. And I think the comment section here really nails it here, as it says they would rather see people get substantially lesser help, if not suffer more, than to invite somebody who's not a part of their cause, aka club, such a typically such a typical corrupt elite politician mindset.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too. It's disgusting where their priorities are.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Woke people would rather see cancer patients die, than let a doctor with interviews help treat cancer. They don't care about helping people. They just want people to pander to their delusions along the way.
And even though he wasn't a doctor, he was a volunteer offering them a little bit more comfort in what could have been a lot of their final days, you know, and they're like, nope, you're not even allowed to bring your free volunteer time, energy, instrument. You're not allowed to offer comfort to these people because we don't like your opinions. How vile.
I don't understand how anybody can look at this. If they look at it and be like, that's a good decision. Yeah, I'm glad we got him. And be like, we're the good guys.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
those are the same people that are hoping that our former president gets hit one of these days. Those are the same people that want to say that it's an act of violence against them when you call them the wrong name. Same people, guys. Same group.
I am fascinated. And it's so sad to see, like, once again, zoom out a little bit. Zoom out, right? They don't want him going to the hospital to help encourage people and play music because his opinions on video games, on fucking video games. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, it's not even like this is some kind of like real life thing of like, oh, he believes in murder, or no, it's nothing tangible. It's nothing that could actually scare anyone. Even then, it's like, well, opinions, as long as you're not hurting someone. No, it's not even that. It's video games. How pathetic.